morning. It's Monday now, and welcome to my new weekly reading log. It's 8 o'clock now, and we are driving both with Lucas to the kindergarten. Today I have free, so I just dropped him there and maybe go do some grocery shopping. And after that I'll be home alone. So yeah, I have some plans. First of them is, of course, listen the last book in the Dragonian series. And like always, I forget the title of that book. I don't know what's happening with me and this series, but I can't remember the titles. I think it's Starlight, but I'm pretty sure I'm incorrect. Yeah, so when I come back, maybe I'll show you what I bought in the shops, and I think then we will talk a little bit more. Yeah, so I just came back from the grocery shopping, and I thought maybe I will show you what I have bought. Not much, but still. So, bananas. Also, I bought some milk. Now we started using this bread, that dried bread. I don't know how it's in English, but it's very popular in Norway here to eat something like crackers or something like that, but it's bread, and it's much healthier. It's, I think, in one bite it's only 53 kilocalories, so not bad. Also, my husband likes this. There's also a bread. It's very thin. How many calories are here? Oh, I already start singing Christmas songs in September. Where is it? Yeah, in one piece there's 34 kilocalories, so it's very useful for you. Bought some lady stuff, also some wet wipes. I still sometimes use these for Lucas. Also a bag of potatoes. I'm just very sad that they use this plastic, because it's actually not necessary at all. Sad, but what can you do? I'm just hoping that with time they will find another solution for that. And of course some meat for our breakfast. And that was it. Very short trip. Bought only the necessities. So now my plan is I think to go have some breakfast. After that I have some laundry to fold, and while I'll be folding, I will definitely be listening for that book. After that, I think I will be done with audiobooks for a little while, at least for this week, because I want to read now something else. So I will be continue reading The Highland Jewel by Mima Goldrick. It's an arc that I've got from NetGalley, and I've got that maybe 1 year ago, so yeah, I think now it's definitely time to finish that book. So yeah, I have few plans for reading. Firstly, I want to read all my books on NetGalley. I think I still have 6 there, so I want to finish that and won't request anything in that time, because I want my bookshelf on NetGalley to be empty. Only that I will request maybe sometimes a book or few, because I have a lot of books on my Kindle. I don't know, maybe 200 or something like that, so I definitely don't need anything more at the moment. Also, I have so many books on my TBR physical books, so I think I'll try to go on a book buying ban for at least few months. We will see. If someone gives me a book, I definitely won't be mad, but I won't buy myself anything. At least I will try. And yeah, so we will see how are my plans going to go. What else? I don't know, I think I'll just go tidy up and go reading. So I listened almost 3 hours of the Starlight, and in this book all the answers must be answered. The main battle should be happening, but at the moment you can definitely see that it's young adult fantasy from the olden days because instead of focusing of preparing for that battle or all the battle scenes, all the training, the story is focusing on teen drama, teen love story, teen love drama. He loves me not, I can trust him, I can't trust him, and so on. So it's a little bit funny, but it's still okay. Also not one of my favorites so far in the series, but I still have hopes that it will be better. And here's my cross stitching, the progress that I did while I was listening for that book. I cross stitch something like that part, so it's going quite great. Now I think I go have a little bit of a lunch. Then I have to go and pick up Lucas from kindergarten, come back home, and around 5 o'clock in the evening I'll have to go back to the kindergarten because there will be a meeting there. So yeah, and it will be around about 2 hours long, so it's going to be a long day. So I still have hopes that I will talk to you maybe a little bit later, maybe after I come back from the meeting. If not, then I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it's now Tuesday and it's almost 3:30 in the afternoon. We just came back home from the kindergarten, both with Lucas. Yesterday I haven't updated you after I went to the meeting because I was so tired. So I haven't done that much reading yesterday in the evening. Maybe read a few pages of The Highland Jewel by Mima Goldrick, and I don't know why, but I'm not that interested in that book. I still read it, at least try, because it's from NetGalley and I want to give a review, but it's not the greatest historical romance that I have read. And now I'm making some dinner and I have some folding to do, so I think I will just continue listening for the Starlight, the last book in the Dragonian series, and I hope to finish it, if not today then maybe tomorrow, but we will see. So I think I'll talk, at least I hope that I will talk to you a little bit later. Hello, it's Thursday now. I don't think I talked to you yesterday because it was a long day at work, and after that it was a meeting, so it was a very long day and I was so tired. I didn't want to do anything, but in the evening, when everyone went to bed, I finished listening the last book, Starlight, I think. I gave it 3 stars. I think from the 3rd book, the series just went downhill. I thought that in the last book there will be some epic battle or something like that, but nothing interesting happened. Everything went just very fast. It was just too fast. That final scene was just very anticlimactic. Yeah, so yeah, I gave it 3 stars. It's very interesting series. Still did I recommend it. Just don't go in those books with very high hopes. Yeah, just hope to have fun, just that. And I read few more presents of Highland Jewel, and I can't stand that corporal, the main character. I don't even remember his name. He's very self-centered, just thinks about himself and thinks that he is the one who is always right. Yeah, so far I don't like him, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of the book also yet. But maybe everything will change soon, so I hope for that. And today it's now almost 3:30, 4:30. We also just came back from the kindergarten, both with Lucas, and I think I will go and try to do some lunch, and after that I'm hoping to just get some time to lay down a little bit because I'm feeling so tired, and I think the main reading will be done in the evening when everyone will be in the bed. Tomorrow I also have to go to work because one of my colleagues can't come tomorrow and on Monday, so I will be working instead of her. So a little bit longer week than expected, but it's okay. More days at work, more money. More money to buy the books. Yeah, so I don't know if I will talk to you more today. Probably not. If not, then I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it's Friday now and it's almost 6 o'clock. I came back home only about 1 hour ago, and now my plan is to go and read. I have my Kindle with me, so I will try to read as much as possible of that Highland Jewel, and I think I will decide today if I want to continue with that book or not, because I don't want to spend a lot of time with a book that I don't like. Yeah, so I feel very tired and extremely sleepy, so I hope that I won't pass out while I'll read, but we will see. You never know with me. Yeah, what else? I don't know. It was a good day at work. Quite good day. Nothing stressful happened, just long. And on Monday I will also have to go and work, and it will also be a long shift and late shift, so a little bit unexpected, but that's okay, like I said yesterday. So yeah, I think I will go and try to read now, and yeah, like always, if I won't talk to you today, so I will talk to you tomorrow. Hello, it's Sunday now and it's almost 1 o'clock. And yeah, I think this will be my worst weekly vlog that I ever made, because it's very short and I think it's very boring. I skipped a lot of days, but yeah, I felt very tired all week. Every day at work I walked over 13,000 steps, so you can imagine how I felt in the evening. I didn't want to do anything, especially pick up the camera and talk. So yeah, that's that. So what I have read this week, I don't remember if I finished Starlight this week or last week. I think this week. I don't remember. It's the last book in the Dragonian series. I can't talk much about that book because it's the one in the series and I don't want to spoil you. But overall it's a story about a girl, Elena, who lives her normal life. How can it be normal when you move almost every few months? But she lived with her father, and so happens that they have to flee at night from their house, and her father is killed by a dragon, and turns out her father was also a dragon, and it turns out that she is a rider. So she's swept to the land of Paegia and now is at school of the Dragonians, and the story begins there. So it was very interesting series, although from the book 3 in the series I think the story went a little bit downhill. It was too melodramatic for me. Yeah, so in the end I gave the 5th book, I think, 3 stars. Then I read Highland Jewel by Mima Goldrick. It's a historical romance about... I didn't like that book, so I even though I finished that book yesterday, I already forget the names of the characters. So it's about the girl, a lady, who starts some kind of suffrage. So she's a suffragette. She and her friend goes to the meetings and talks about why woman has to have the same rights as the men. And there she meets her friend's brother, the Corporal Niall. And after some time, she and her family has to flee the England, go to the Highlands, and seek the refuge there, because they are now like a traitors of the crown. And yeah, even though the story sounds you think that it should be interesting with a lot of adventures and a lot of political intrigues, but the characters were so boring. The Niall, that corporal, was so self-centered, so yeah, I didn't like him at all. I didn't like any of the characters, to be honest. And in the end I just started to skip the pages because it was so boring. You could skip at least 20 pages, start reading, and you still know what happened. Yeah, so it was, I think, too long, too boring, too long. Yeah, so I gave it 2 stars, and those stars are for 1 because I finished that book, and 2 because I like that it was a book about a woman rights. That's it. Yeah, so I finished 2 books. It's quite good, although not the greatest of the not the greatest of the reads. And I started 3 books. I feel like I'm a little bit in a reading slump. I can't find any book at the moment that grips my attention, but at least I'll try to break that spell of not reading. So the first book that I started, I read maybe only 18 pages, exactly 18 pages. It's The Quarry by John Theorin. It's a Swedish thriller about a old Jerry Morner who lives in an island in a small cabin in the woods almost, and there happens a fire, but not he is killed, but some other 2 bodies are found, and his son, I think, is now trying to find out what's happening there, what's happened. Yeah, this book I had over 5 years, I think, so it's definitely time to read. It's one of my challenges to read 12 of my oldest books, so this book is one from that challenge. And those 18 pages were quite interesting. It's already gripping my attention, so I have high hopes for that. And even though it's a thriller, it has a map. Usually thrillers don't have maps, only high fantasy, I think. Yeah, so this one. Also, I started listening yesterday. I did my nails, so while I was doing that, I started listening The Castle in the Air by Diana Wynne Johnson. It's the second book of hers. The first one was Howl's Moving Castle, and this story is about a carpet merchant, Abdul, who lives his simple life. He doesn't want anything to do with adventures. He just wants to do his job and daydream. And one day some old guy comes and sells him a magic carpet, and the adventures begins. So one night he falls asleep on that carpet, and he's swept to the magical garden where he meets a flower in the night, a beautiful lady, and falls in love. Both of them falls in love. But so happens that she's kidnapped by a jinn, and now the Abdul wants to find her. And it's very whimsical and very interesting story. I like all the characters, they are so funny. It's very, very good middle grade book. I will definitely buy that one to have in my collection. And I think my son, when he will be a little bit older, he will also love that story. So that's the second book that I started this week, and I am already, I think, in the middle of the book. And the last one, I'm reading that on my Kindle. It's one from the NetGalley. I also had that book over a year, I think. It's definitely time to read that. I want to read all the books that I have on my NetGalley, and maybe after that only start requesting a book once a month. Read that book and only then request another one, because I have too many. So this one is This Earl of Mine by Kate Bateman. To be honest, I don't know what this book is about, but it's a historical romance, so of course there will be some adventures. The lord will meet the lady. They won't like each other at the beginning, but they fall in love, like always. I guess. And we will see if my guess was correct. Yeah, so these are the 3 books that I'm reading at the moment. What else? Nothing much. I don't know if I will talk to you more today. Hopefully yes, but if not, then thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.